Hey, bulls and bears, what is happening? The economy is dishing out financial pain, and the pain seems to be getting a lot worse. Back with another dose of economic reality, everybody. Please make sure that you give us a thumbs up if you appreciate these updates, if you appreciate my reporting. Let's get into the news right now. And yes, let's talk about it because everybody else is talking about it. The economy is dishing out more pain than Will Smith dished out against Chris Rock. Now, my question is, Chris Rock sees this coming. Look at his face, and doesn't really seem like he tried to move out of the way. Some people are saying it's scripted, but it's interesting how he's looked like he's bracing for this blow. Now, also, quick topic on this before we move on. A quick word on this. If this would have been instead of Chris Rock, if it would have been The Rock, yeah, this guy right here, if The Rock would have been up there telling jokes instead of Chris Rock telling jokes about Will Smith, or his wife in this case, you think the slap would have happened? I doubt it. All right, so let's get into the situation here with the economy, with the financial scene. 1 in 5 workers runs out of money before payday. And that's a recent survey. Now, that goes right along with the fact that 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So what does living paycheck to paycheck means? Well, that means you basically are one paycheck away from not meeting your financial obligations monthly. But for many people, it's even worse than that. 1 in 5 actually runs out of money before payday. So not only are they unable to meet their financial obligations until the next paycheck, they actually run out of money, which is actually one step in the wrong direction or in a worse direction versus the people that are just living paycheck to paycheck. And that was recently reported by CNBC. But yet people still beg for the so-called solutions that have not worked so far. People are asking for more forgiveness, more payouts, more stimulus checks, cancel rent, forgive student loan debt. And while a lot of those things seem like they may help, and they may temporarily, it's not addressing the underlying issue of the rising cost of living. And it's complicated. We have shortages. So people that think that higher interest rates are the solution, they're only seeing part of the picture as well, because higher interest rates are not going to grow food. Higher interest rates are not going to manufacture car parts. Higher interest rates are not going to build more houses and make the cost of lumber come down. Higher interest rates are not going to bring the cost of medical care and health insurance down. Higher interest rates are not going to bring down your cost of living by themselves. Now, there's other things that can be done combined with raising interest rates that could actually fix this problem, but nobody's even talking about that. And the fact that they're talking about these minuscule rate hikes just lets you know that they're not serious about fighting these rising costs. What we actually need to do is let bubbles pop, let markets collapse, and therefore let the cost of living come down. Once the cost of living comes down, then companies will actually bring jobs back to the United States instead of outsourcing to some of these countries that pay pennies on the dollar compared to what U.S. wages are. Now, we just talked about student loan debt. Take a look at this article here, recent article. Quote, "I'm strapped but want to be free. I have $80,000 in student loans and work 60 hours a week. My husband doesn't work and we're struggling. How can I pay off this debt?" So many stories about people just buried under tremendous amounts of student loan debt. We've reported it here, people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, still having not paid off their student loan debt. And this type of thing cannot be discharged in bankruptcy unless certain situations apply, certain disabled people, vets, stuff like that. So this debt's going to stay with you for life. And people that are getting into all this debt, going to college, thinking it's going to pay off, more and more of them are finding out that this piece of paper that you get, this certificate, also known as a degree, many times does not provide you a good enough job to pay for everything that we're seeing right now. And it's interesting that we're not seeing the forgiveness. And I'm not saying that's the answer. That's just a temporary fix. Not even a fix. It's just a temporary something that makes people feel better. Forgiving this debt, it could be done at the click of a button, at the stroke of a pen. And what they could do is they could forgive the debt and then just print the money and give it back to the lending agencies or the lending institutions. In this case, I don't think they should, but they could do that. But no, they want you in debt. They want you living paycheck to paycheck, and they want you dependent on them for payouts and handouts. And that way they can pose as the heroes. And when I say they, I'm talking about the money creators. The Fed's projected rate hikes won't sufficiently tame inflation, and that's Credit Suisse. Or is it Credit Suisse? Credit Swiss cheese. Well, either way, they're saying that these minuscule rate hikes, which is true, will not sufficiently tame inflation because we've got a lot more problems than just low interest rates. We've got entire supply chain issues. We've got the rising cost of energy really impacting just shipping items and therefore affecting the overall cost of living and making the shortages even worse. And of course, all the outsourcing that we've done here over the past many years. And speaking of high cost of living, rising rents, high home prices, man who moved into office cubicle as he couldn't afford rent with his salary was fired after the boss watches his video. So this man basically stayed in his cubicle because he couldn't afford rent. So instead of sleeping on the street or in his car, he stayed in his cubicle. It looks like he put it out on social media to maybe try to get some followers. And the company didn't like that too much because he basically says the company's not paying him enough. Therefore, this is why he had to make his home or make his cubicle his home. And you can see in this video that they put out, it looks like on Instagram, hashtag homing from work instead of working from home. Homing from work is what it is. Well, he ended up getting fired. And that's just one small example of the type of crazy things that people are doing because of this outrageous cost of living. Oh, but nothing to worry about. It looks like they're just going to print up some more money here and print out some more, send out some more checks here. California proposing $500 gas rebate to all taxpayers. Well, what I want to know is where's the rebate for my car registration, which was over $200, and the smog that I had to get, which was over $50. Where's the rebate for the high food prices? Where's the rebate for the high home prices, high property taxes, high rents, high insurance costs? Where's the rebate for everything going up, the food prices? Please let me know down below. Is it going to be just more rebates and more stimulus checks, more rescue programs to infinity? That's what I think. And pretty much everyone's going to be dependent on the money creators at some point. Thanks for watching, everybody. Big love. Peace. Come back for more updates. Bye for now.